What's up, everyone? It's the CBC podcast. You can Google us at Comic Bookcast, or Google Comic Bookcast, not Google us at Comic Bookcast. That's weird. You'll find the Patreon, the Twitter, the SoundCloud, the iTunes, probably the Vero, the MySpace, the Bebo. You'll find them all.
The Bebo?
The Bebo, yeah.
What's a Bebo?
Bebo was like the MySpace.
Like AOL? You mean?
No, is that the MySpace version of Twitter?
Never heard of it.
We know how you have Facebook and Twitter now, and you had the
Yeah.
two things like that. Bebo was like the Twitter equivalent to MySpace's Facebook. It just never took off and kind of went, it fell flat in his face.
Got you.
No one I only ever had family on there, so that's kind of how bad that was. Yeah. Joe's sick, so point and laugh.
I am
Point,
sick. I have no
point
idea
and
how
laugh.
I got sick. I usually always say I don't get sick.
Well, I'd
Um,
imagine you caught some kind of germ.
from nobody
That that
around me
that
was sick.
that
That's what's the
tends
weird
to.
thing.
Has it? If you had like a weather change,
Um, I was in another city last weekend where it was super cold, and I didn't necessarily have the best jacket. That might have been it.
have you then come back to a really hot climate?
Yeah, like that's
There you
probably
go.
it.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what that
Or it
is.
might have been that.
Well,
It might have been that tornado warning that happened.
yeah. Welcome to my life.
You know,
Because that's the life of an Englishman. You know, you'll have really hot day one day, then it'll be -3 the next, and then it'll be 20 degrees the next, and you just get sick.
yeah. Real quick. When I was gone last weekend, right? There was a tornado warning at the place I was at for the conference, and I sent a picture of the text of like tornado warning, get into shelter, stuff like that to my friends, and they said, "Bye, Joe. Can I have your Xbox, Joe? Joe, can I have your car?" Like, okay, like,
I mean, you don't ask, don't get.
you're right.
Yeah. Mitch692 halftime Joe. I don't know if you've changed yours.
No,
Have you changed
I have not changed my ad. It is still at halftime Joe and everything.
It's still
I'm
hot.
still debating on changing it just because I like this other ad, but we'll see. Let's see.
Here's the thing, you could change it. I'm never gonna say it 'cause I'm too used to one now.
Well, I mean, you used to say, well, we used to say the other one, so it's like I'm just we're like that. I keep finding different ads that are cool.
It's and that's and that. I don't change mine. You just you can't brand yourself if you keep changing the
Yeah,
ad.
but like
Be the brand, Joe.
I do
Be the
things
brand.
differently. So like I'll
Uh,
keep changing my ads, and then people will be like, "So you're still at halftime? You're at halftime Joe, right?" Like, yeah, no.
oh dear. But yeah, we have a nice little show for you today
I
on
I
this Thursday.
I contemplated about making this like a Q&A, but then I thought like, oh no, we have good enough news. Like I thought
I
we
was
weren't gonna
gonna
have
say
any.
there's been some news this week. That's nothing groundbreaking.
I didn't think we were gonna have any. I didn't really see anything, and then somehow I just came up with 5 pieces of news. And
It's all to be fair, it's all little bits that you can just put together to
to
make a show.
to be fair, this is all kind of like stuff that people would probably ask in a Q&A. It seems like it.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Or
we
people
got
going like,
yeah.
why have they changed Thanos? And it's like they haven't. Read Thanos Rising and it matches up with that. Like, it's fine. Like, calm down.
I heard there's a new spot out that has like more
It's a really
Thanos and
good.
stuff like that.
It's a really good spot. It's a
I'm
really
trying
good
to
spot.
stay away from it because it sounds like it might have more spoilers than
See,
regular.
no, see, this is the thing. They're only showing. They're doing that thing where they'll show you bits from the scenes they showed you in the first trailer. It's just a little bit more of the scenes.
Hmm.
They haven't actually really shown us anything plot-wise. It's mainly the action scenes.
Yeah, it's still weird. I don't know. I'd rather see the action for the first time on screen. I don't know. I'm weird like that. We had this conversation where I like the experience of being surprised.
See, this is the third show this week we're going to talk about spoilers.
Yeah, I mean it's no way to get around
Fine.
it, but also
Yeah.
hopefully I'm not alone. Anybody out there who likes to be surprised, let us know. So yeah,
See, I'd rather have the story saved and the action spoiled.
why?
Well, because I'm going for the plot.
Oh, I just don't want to know anything about a movie. Like I didn't see the trailers for A Quiet Place, and I just
'Cause
heard it
the
was
thing
good, and I went to go see it.
Yeah, because the thing with the action, it always looks better on the big screen anyway. So watching it on your phone or your laptop, it's not really gonna. It's a different experience.
I'm trying to. I guess maybe if they showed like the Avengers a one shot thing of them in a circle, stuff like that on the trailer. I don't know if I'd felt the same on the screen. I didn't see it in a trailer. I barely saw the trailers. I think I saw one, but when I saw that on screen in the theater for the first time, it was pretty epic.
Yeah. Also, with this new spot, 90% of it is just clips of the old movies. Like you see Tony putting the armor together, you see Cap stepping out of the pod, you see like T'Challa getting his suit.
That's how it should be.
Doctor Strange, all just like, 'cause it's doing that little like, oh, there was an idea, and it's all playing off that, and everything new is just like, it's just like, whoa, slow down, let me pause it.
Show as little as you can, Marvel. Show as little.
Well,
as you can.
they showed more new stuff, but it was so quick, just like, oh,
1 second or something. Like you have to like stop
it's not even that. It's like half a frame of new stuff, and I don't know how people have caught it, but they caught it. And Proxima Midnight has the little Elder of the Universe lip stripe.
I mean, definitely. It's coming soon. When is it? I'm seeing it the 26th.
I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it in midnight on the 26th. Hopefully,
That's really hope it doesn't. Like what's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't conflict with my schedule of watching the NBA playoffs, because like the schedule came out and it's on that day, and hopefully it's early because I want to see Infinity War. But I sorry, Infinity War, you can always wait. Live television can't, because you can't really watch that back. I can watch Infinity War whenever.
I mean, you see, I don't have that problem over here. You just press record and then you watch it back.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a weird thing about that where like a lot of like regular shows, right? Like Game of Thrones and all that, and any of the shows I watch right now, I can watch on Hulu or like replay stuff like that. It's just live sports. Like I mean, your F1 races, right? Like it's one of those that has to be live. It's
I get it.
It's weird, right?
Yeah, like, I do understand that.
Yeah.
But then again, this weekend I had to record the MotoGP in the IndyCar. I only watched IndyCar yesterday, and that was on Saturday.
Okay. Then I kind of feel you, but
I mean, to be fair, the IndyCars.
Good thing I get refunds in my theater, so I can always just like get a later one and then watch it the latest. Because I have it for the first showing that they're gonna show at my theater, so
damn
excited.
Yeah, hopefully I'm seeing it on. Well, I'll be going to watch it on the 25th, but I won't watch it until the 26th.
It's gonna be fun.
But that's if the stars align for me.
You think they'll allow people with the Infinity Gauntlet toy, whatever figure? I don't know what you call it.
Oh, I'm not gonna get it over here because the street date for us isn't until May.
No, but you think they'll allow people like in there? Like you think in America they'll be like, that looks like a weapon? We will not allow it.
I mean, unless someone's having like the finger gun on it, then I don't think. It's like.
Yeah. This is off topic. I know. I mean, we really don't have a lot of main topics.
I mean, we're not even. We haven't started yet. So.
I was watching a YouTube video about like this guy who does overnight challenges in the UK, stuff like that. It's another guy that I was telling you about, and the cops caught him, and the cops were like saying, "Please do not open your bag until we get to safety," because like the whole thing is like there could be a gun in the bag, stuff like that. Dude even said like, "Man, this is not America. It's okay. Like I don't have anything." He's like, "Of course I know," but I was just like, "That's funny that it's only in America that people would think something like that."
I mean, yeah, because we don't have guns like that.
And they're so nice. Every time I see like the like videos with cops in them, they're so nice and reasonable.
What, over here?
Yeah.
That's because they just want to chat most of the time. I've never met cops.
Literally, the cops on the street like, "Sorry, we got to break this down. We're stopping the movement, but I am a part of your. I am subscribed to you." I thought that was funny.
So I have to do this.
Alright, I guess 10 minutes in, we might as well get into the news.
I don't say might as well. Infinity War has sold more tickets in pre-sales than the last 7 movies combined,
which include Black Panther,
is crazy,
Ragnarok, Homecoming, Guardians 2, Doctor Strange, Civil War, Ant-Man. Just in case anybody's wondering what those 7 were.
In case you can't count backwards, 7 movies.
Some people don't remember which was the last, like the 7th one. Some people might.
But still, it's outsold Phase 3 completely and a bit of Phase 2. If you want to hype up a bit more like that.
Ant-Man was Phase 2?
Ant-Man was the end of Phase 2, yeah.
Well, I don't think that was Phase 3. I don't know.
No, it wasn't in the Phase 3 announcement, and they said it was a palate cleanser for Phase 2.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, that's cool. Like, it's an event, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad that this is doing this because it's showing the right way of doing it. So it's like the big event and stuff like that. And
But this kind
yeah,
of brings up the question, though: what are the numbers? Because they don't release those numbers. They're like
no,
Netflix. They're like, oh yeah, people watch this, and it's like, yeah, but how many people?
I
One, two?
I
No.
really hope that I get to see on social media and even in my local theater, like people. I mean, this sounds like an event, but I really hope they make it an event wherever theater you're going to, where maybe they have people like in cosplay or they have giveaways and stuff like that. It's like, when was the first time Thanos appeared in Marvel Comics? So, type of thing. Like, and then you win like
Yeah.
a little thing. Like that stuff. I feel like makes the movie going experience fun. At the same time,
See, you're more likely to get that in the States. Over here, you'll get a dude and maybe two people in costumes. You buy your ticket, you give them your ticket, you sit down, you get out.
really, like you're more
Yeah.
likely to find it in the States. Oh, is it? Is it because we have
Here's
that?
the thing:
Yeah.
we just want the movie.
Yeah.
We want to get in, we want to sit
No.
down, we want to watch it, we want to get out and go home. That's how it
In
is.
United States, I think a lot of it is about the experience and before and after the movie, like what you go to eat with your friends after the movie. If you're getting Whataburger, if you're getting like I don't know something else, like something really good. It's all about the experience before, after, and during the movie. It's like
No, we don't.
like if you're waiting with your friends in line to go see Infinity War, what kind of conversations you're having? You're making
See,
all
we,
these
we
jokes
don't wait
and
in
stuff
line.
like that.
We don't.
Well,
The last time I waited in line for the movie was because I got there half an hour early.
yeah, well, not anymore. I think you don't wait in line no more because of reserved seatings and stuff like that.
I mean,
You
even
could
with
just
reserved seating, it's still no. The only reason why I waited in line was because I was there early.
yeah,
So.
like if you're there before the theater has kind of emptied out and they cleaned it up for you to walk in, then yeah, you're gonna wait in line a little bit with like maybe 20 people. But it used to be like lines of 50, 100 people when there was no reserved seatings.
No.
So I definitely do enjoy reserved seatings more, and also. I do love going like 30 minutes early because the Draft House has this whole thing where they show like old clips, like old YouTube videos and stuff like that. Like maybe Thanos, like like some YouTube video about the history of Thanos, or Thanos when he was like SNL type of thing. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll show stuff like that, like old Avengers clips. I don't. Like it'll just be a fun time. I think.
See, no, we've never had it. Well, I've never seen anything like that. To be honest.
I just the only theater I know that does that chain is the Draft House. I think Santico's, which is only really Texas based, does a little bit of that, but not to the extent, because that's why a lot of people like going early to the Draft House. If you ever hear about it, because they show YouTube videos about like the movie you're gonna go see. So like when I went to go see Homecoming, right, they were showing old clips on YouTube from like the Japanese Spider-Man, and they'll show like different funny videos and stuff like that, so you can have some fun with it. Maybe they'll show like a 2-minute like history of Spider-Man type of thing. It's just like varies, but I'm excited to see what they show for Infinity War because it's gonna be interesting.
See, for us, the bit before the movie is when you get all your talking out.
Well, that too, yeah. That's
just
yeah.
talk, and then like when the adverts are done, you stop talking,
Yeah, I agree.
and then you're silent for the entire 2.5 hours.
You don't, because you don't get the whole clapping thing, right? Yeah, that's the
Yeah, thank God we don't. I don't know what I do. I go mental.
We love the clapping thing. We love when we stand up at the very end like
So
woo.
obnoxious, so obnoxious.
I mean, I guess that's the difference in cultures, right? Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, it's civilized and uncivilized.
But it's gonna be a good one, man. It's sold so much. I was tempted to get the whole like, cause I got my tickets to drop. So I was tempted to get the whole like cup, glass cup, or
So we don't even really get those,
like stuff like that, like the collectible items. Yeah. You
I
know.
think the last time I remember ever having seen one of those was for the Pokemon movie,
Well,
the original.
You know what? This is the States, and they're all about making a quick buck. So
Yeah. But does
That's
that
all
go
right.
to the theaters, or does that go to the people that made it?
I assume it's a mix. You know what I'm saying? Because they're selling it in the theater, and you buy it with the ticket and stuff like that. And I assume it's definitely a mixture of that. But I'm not certain who the majority of it goes to. But I did get like a Civil War glass cup or thing, whatever. It was really nice, honestly. I think one came with like Cap and one came with Iron Man, and I got those two. I was so into it. But yeah, look.
Yeah.
This is gonna. Clearly, this is a big thing, and we already knew that. But
Oh yeah, it's 10. No,
yeah.
it's it is the end of a 10-year build-up. Like.
Yeah, I mean, technically, like Avengers 4 might be that, but I mean, this is like 10
Well,
years.
this is the end. This is the start of the end.
Yeah.
Like, we don't technically know what Avengers 4
No,
is,
we
and they
don't.
are hiding that.
Yeah,
I dread to think how that marketing's gonna go.
like this is the end.
Like this movie's already spooking me a little bit, so I don't know what the hell's gonna.
You don't think you'll be able to live up to Infinity War?
Oh no, nothing like that.
Okay,
it's just
okay.
like, you know, Avengers 4 is the end.
Yeah,
like, there's no
it is.
two ways. There's no two ways about it.
Bye, Cap.
So
Bye,
this
Iron Man.
movie, the start of the end, is doing this. What is that movie gonna do?
I wonder if they'll have like a thing at the very end, like an after or mid credit or whatever, and it'll like one will be of course for the future, and then another one will just be all the actors saying thank you for being here. So I know they did already that for YouTube.
I can imagine that would be Avengers 4.
Yeah, that's what I imagine. Yeah.
But like Infinity War is the first time you don't know what it's gonna say at the end. You know, it always has Blur will return.
I'm assuming Spider-Man.
Yeah, but
or Doctor Strange or Black Panther, like if any one of those, like.
Or what if like Thanos, something happens to Thanos and it's just Thanos will return in
That'd
Avengers.
be. I don't know if you could kill off Thanos type of thing. I mean that goes into the whole like how the story is structured and stuff like that.
You kind of could. You could kill him off and use that as a way for the death obsession.
That'd be cool.
Because they like this is a completely different topic here.
Yeah.
Where they've kind of changed his. I don't want to say origin because they've said what they filmed was going to be like Thanos Rising, but like its whole backstory where in this it's still kind of that Jor-El thing, but he's more like a Zod sort of side where he's got, oh yeah, we should kill half the population of Titan to save the planet.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, you're a madman. And it's like, oh, I see where that name's come from. Yeah, like they've kind of done that route, and like it's still kind of in line.
He's gonna. Is that what you're hearing? Is that he's gonna be like that guy?
That's apparently what I. No, someone's made one of those little fact images things. It's got the picture in the wall of text.
Yeah.
It's one of those. I never trust how real they are.
Yeah.
But like that's what they've said. It matches up with what the actors have said that I've actually seen as well. But if that is the case, I'm fine with it. But you could do that. And apparently, he's been going around. Like what he's been doing is wiping out half the population of planets at the minute anyway, and he wants the Gauntlet to do it to the universe. So it kind of makes sense if you kill him off in this one, do the whole thing with death in the next one, and then make Avengers 4 the more Thanos people quote want.
Yeah, I mean, all that. I just would love to wish we had that extra however long they said they took out of Thanos.
I don't know how much it is, but I said they.
Yeah. I'm gonna assume 15 to 20 minutes.
I don't know. It's
maybe 10 minutes, but I'm gonna assume like that.
You could do is like you haven't really got to go much into like you could start the movie and have like do the Thanos Rising panel where it's little baby Thanos drawing, and then he gets bullied, and then it turns out he's drawing a dead lizard.
You know what?
You push him and you go on with the rest of the story that way. It's like, oh look, like this is kind of how he was then, and this is how he's now. Like he's always been that like social outcast because that's what he is.
You remember I think everybody remembers from The Dark Knight where like the first 5 to 10 minutes were like this little short film quote unquote of the Joker and kind of like a robbery and stuff like that. I always love when movies do that kind of whether it's about the villain or another character, whatever it may be. Like
you have like the villain intro. And
I love that villain intro, and I would have hoped
what a lot of the Phase 3 movies. That's what a lot of the Phase 3 movies have done. Yeah. Ego had that. Vulture had that. Hela didn't have that, did she? That was Surtur had that in Ragnarok. Killmonger had a little bit of it. So
yeah, I definitely love the villain intros, and I think it can benefit from that. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I know this is definitely kind of like this piece of news is an excuse for us to just talk about Infinity War because really it's coming out and that's all there's going to be really about. So get used to hearing a lot about Infinity War.
It also works as a fantastic segue because speaking of villains and coming out, not that kind of coming out, but Black Adam is targeting a 2019 production start date. Which, yay! Does this movie have a writer and a director yet?
No. Well, I mean, isn't that the writer? Like whoever wrote the script and turned it in already? That's the writer.
Is there a script?
I think it's somebody from Dwayne's production company and stuff like that. They wrote the script together, and then they just need a director. And he says if everything aligns well, 2019 production start is entirely possible. Now, they just got announced that I think there was a director who's going to be on board for the Hobbs and Shaw spinoff for Fast and Furious. Yeah, so it's like that's another movie that Dwayne has to do that will probably take away from this. So I personally still would love to see this because I love Shazam and Black Adam, and I know you're one of the people like it doesn't really matter to the whole like universe. It's barely a universe in the first place. So I might as well. If there's hardly a universe in the first place, I would love to just see Black Adam.
At this point, I just want a good movie. Just give me a good movie.
Same. Like, and plus, since the whole universe thing kind of went down the hill, like, might as well just do it up. And if it's a really good movie, like that's a win. It doesn't have to have Superman in it.
You can have Shazam and Black Adam be like the leading charge for the new direction the DC is going to go. Have it connected to what's come before, but just shift focus to these two.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what else they said. So,
also, can we get a director for Shazam to do Black Adam, just so you have that continuity sake?
That'd be cool. I feel like he's different enough and crazy and wild enough that he would like completely change. Like he would know how to make it different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's just for like the sake of continuity. Like you've got. Let's not have two different people come in and fuck about them.
That'd be cool because like if Shazam finishes and Black Adam's technically the sequel and stuff like that. At the end of Black Adam, there's like you see the meeting or you see Billy Batson and he's looking for him, something like that. Like anything like that would be cool. Or at the end of Shazam, you see like a tease towards Black Adam, then you get a Black Adam solo movie. At the end of that, you see Shazam, and then Shazam versus Black Adam. I don't know. That could be the third one.
Dawn of Just Us.
Something like that. I'm just saying like. It would be better.
No, yes, that's kind of stepping into the problem they had before with Snyder just doing everything, but.
But I mean, you're right in that sense. So I guess we probably should step back from that. But I think you would probably be more okay with this guy who seems like he knows more what he's doing.
I think it's where with this it's just. It's two parts of the same property.
Yeah, and it's also very like
Snyder was doing everything, so like it's just
this is two characters as opposed to Snyder doing the whole Justice League and all its side characters and stuff like that. So this is definitely way less characters than Snyder had to deal with, and this is just two characters that he has to. The director of Shazam has to create a tone for and stuff like that.
It's kind of how I'd imagine like. James Gunn doing the cosmic side, like he's the architect for that. Have the director for Shazam be the architect of this part, like the magic part of the DC.
Let's see. I'm trying to see. I mean, there's just a joke about like Marvel, and hopefully nobody takes that too serious. Because I'm not even gonna go into it because there's gonna be some big thing about it. But I think that's really it. Shazam. April 5th, 2019. And yeah, just that The Rock believes that this movie could still happen. I think that'd be cool. I'm down for it. I've mentioned before a lot of what could happen and kind of the storylines, how you could play around with it, and characters you can introduce, stuff like that. But it just comes down to who they're gonna get for directing. It really does. You know what I'm saying? It's just I don't know when we're gonna learn it. If they want a 2019 production start, like we might have to hear about it this year somewhere, maybe San Diego Comic-Con.
I mean, here's the thing: they say 2019. That is a long time. They still have. Yeah. It doesn't mean the start of 2019.
It could be the end of 2019.
They could start on December 31st.
Yeah.
It's still be 2019, so
don't expect this movie till like 2021, 2022.
I think they could knock it out in a year.
You think 2020?
I think 2020.
So, like, when The Rock goes for president?
Depending when they start. I mean, yeah, why not have, like, your new president? Go watch him now.
You made me choke on my cough. Because that's funny. Because, like, if The Rock was going for presidency in 2020, while also he has to promote the movie at the same time, he's going to, like, start talking like Black Adam or something.
He's just going to do, like, the president, all that sort of, like, press tour stuff in the Black Adam costume. He's like, I have to be on set in 5 minutes.
That would be great. That'd be hilarious. Freaking The Rock, man. He's out there
He's
doing
just there.
everything.
It's like skin tight, black, like chainmail looking thing. It's
He's
a black version of Shazam.
he's doing everything, man. It's hard to knock the guy's work ethic. Like, I mean, especially when he has Jumanji, and I hear Rampage is actually pretty enjoyable. I hear actually people like the gorilla more than the Rock in that movie because they just thought the emotion like in the gorilla was good. So
I mean, I haven't heard anything about it, so.
I've just seen like one review, so I was like, oh, okay. I think another one came out that I need to check out, but yeah, it definitely looks an interesting thing if they were to make this movie happen, especially seeing how Justice League flopped, and that's coming from a guy who really loves BVS. I just did not like Justice League, so yeah, we'll see what happens. I think Aquaman this year, Shazam April next year, and those are the only movies we know for sure that are coming out, right? Yeah, like all the other ones are really up in the air. A Nightwing, a Batgirl, all they're really up in the air. The only ones we know for sure, Aquaman's coming out in Shazam. So
We know there's a Batman movie in works.
Oh yeah, but we don't even know when that's coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing Aquaman a week early in the UK now.
Yeah, unfortunately, but
You get it out of the way.
yeah, I do. My stuff ran out.
Yeah, so I mean, it's in December, so we'll
Mm.
see what
But
happens.
speaking of my suffering, moving on, Elizabeth Olsen does not want a Scarlet Witch solo movie.
Do you hate her for
I'm
this?
sad. I'm sad.
You know, at least hate her a little bit. Like, come on, Austin. Like, you can do it.
I can't hate.
I mean, I can't hate my wife either. So I'm just kidding. Look, we both have been campaigning for a solo Scarlet Witch movie because there's just so much to tell, especially with that one like a year or 2 years ago, that one solo about her, I think fixing magic or something like that, right?
Yeah, the Witches Road one. I'd love
Yeah,
to see that.
yeah, something like that. That would have been pretty good, and especially since she's been a standout character in these movies, and she hasn't had her solo movie.
Yeah, I wouldn't say she's been that much of it. She has very much been a side character up until this point, but it looks like Infinity War might elevate her slightly.
Especially with Vision and their relationship and how Vision has the mind gem. Or
Yeah, so
stone.
she's going to have to play some kind of bigger part than she has before.
All right. So this is exactly what she says. We are ground zeros. Definitely not something I'm pushing. I don't know if it's something they're going to push either. And then her and Paul Bettany always joke about having a domestic television show on Netflix where it would be like a house thing and Scarlet Witch just goes bananas. I mean, there is that Tom King book.
Here's the thing, I'd absolutely watch that.
Yeah.
I'd absolutely 100% watch that, but...
And she says, I'm happy I'm still around and they still use me. Well, yeah, I think a lot of actors who definitely don't have a job anymore would have been glad to have been in the MCU.
Yeah. Unless you're one of those elitist ones that are like, oh no, you're selling out. Like, really?
Which, man, I mean, people say you sell out like every other day, and it's just like, at least I'm doing something I love. What you're supposed to,
and they're doing they do all the charity work for the kids. It's like, how can you call that?
I'm not even thinking that. I'm thinking like that they love to play these characters and stuff like that just because it's pretty fun.
That kind of like comes part and parcel with it though. Like you do this, you do the superhero thing, you do the charity work. That's like, is it really selling out? Surely it's the opposite.
I'm just saying, like in a general standpoint, people everywhere, even doing YouTube, there's always people like, oh, you sold out because you did this ad or something like that, and it's like, really, like, is it selling out? Like we like this thing, so it's sometimes selling out's not a bad thing.
Yeah, like so everything people complain about for these roles, it's all part and parcel of acting. You gotta make your money. It's not really.
I mean, is it really any worse than Nicolas Cage coming down and saying he's only taking all these random jobs because he needs money? Like, is that really?
That's more selling out.
That's actually selling out. When he came out and said that, and people were okay with this. So it's like,
that's because for some reason people give Nicolas Cage a pass, and I don't know why.
He's a darling, as some people would say.
But is he though?
He did the what is it, the Independence one, where he saw the Declaration of Independence. He did that movie, so yeah, he is a darling. He's still the Declaration of Independence, Mitch.
Wasn't that National Treasure?
Yeah, I love that one and the second one. They need to make a third one. Let's get the trilogy going.
No, let's not do that.
let's make the Mummy
But
movies.
like she doesn't really rule out the possibility of her doing one or even.
Oh no, yeah, she says like if they want to do it, I'm here, but I'm not. No one's really pushing it at the moment. Like, hey, if it's done, it's done. If it's not, nah, I'm cool with it. Like, what else is she doing? Let me see.
So I mean, sure, like with Scarlet Witch, there isn't really much to pick from. She's never really been the big main character. She's always been more of just a wandering plot thing.
Didn't we kind of like say that she could possibly be in a Doctor Strange movie? Like one time, like I think after Doctor Strange came out.
Put her in Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
No. Like you could do a lot of things with Wanda. It's just there's not much source material to go from. And the biggest thing Wanda's probably ever done was Disassembled.
Okay.
And the whole No More Mutants thing, like. And they're doing Disassembled for this movie. So.
Or what if she just at the end, no more Avengers? She like whispers.
I mean, I can see her saying, well, I can see them using that panel.
Yeah, like it's gonna that panel. Everybody knows that panel in Marvel. It's gonna go close to her face and it's gonna have like just her saying no more Avengers.
It's just her mouth with the tear rolling down and no more mutants.
Yeah, that could happen as like towards the end when Thanos just snaps his finger. Spoiler. I don't know. I don't know if that's.
I mean, he's gonna. Of course, he's gonna do it. They've alluded to it twice now.
That'd be dope if he does it as like, and it just the movie just ends. That'd be cool. That would be cool. That's not really. See, we can fall into this whole thing. Is that a spoiler if we say that would be cool if it happens? Because we honestly don't know.
Well, I mean, we don't know. But here's my thing. It's a case of. If you were the Russos and you were doing these movies, would you pass that opportunity up? Because I can guarantee you they've thought of that.
But yeah, and it's one of those things that if they do that, it's like, well, we kind of knew. Well, we didn't know. We just assumed because it happened in the comic, and that would be very cool. But if you're saying like, oh, I'm not surprised because I knew this was gonna happen, like, no, you really didn't know it was not gonna happen. You didn't see the movie. You just when it happens, if it happens, and I see it, I'm gonna be like, oh my god, they did it. They actually did it.
Like I can sit here and go, I know they're gonna do it. I don't know. We don't know for a fact they're gonna do it. But if it does happen, I can go, I knew it because I had been saying they're gonna do it.
But see, then that falls a little bit into.
But it's not a spoiler because I don't really know they're gonna.
No, that's not the Because when you kind of gloat over people and kind of like, I guess it depends on how you're gloating in a sense. If it sounds really too mean, then some people will say, well, you just spoiled the movie, stuff like that. But I will just be generally excited if that happens. None of us know if it's going to happen. And also if you are the Russo brothers and you don't do that because you're really just trying to surprise people and do like a twist, like, is it worth doing the twist or is it worth kind of doing that? Like, what's worth it?
Here's the thing: they're gonna have that moment in there.
Okay, but
at this point, we can't really go and like point to anything we've seen and be like, "Look, here it is. They've done it," because no one's seen the movie yet.
Yeah.
But the fact that Gamora, when in the second trailer, she was like, "Oh yeah, he could wipe the universe out like that," and there has been a line from Thanos where he has said, "I could just do this."
Spoiler.
I mean, spoilers, yes. I didn't tell you the lines, that doesn't count. But even so, they're alluding to it. It's gonna happen.
But what I'm saying is like, is it worth having that where like everybody can kind of like who knows the comics to kind of assume that will happen or at least hope that will happen, or would you want to surprise them with a twist?
I mean, I don't know.
See, what's worth it? Is it worth?
Just look at how the Russos have handled everything before.
But yeah, I mean, look at the Civil War thing, right? You see the comic Civil War, the panel on screen, and that was really cool when it happened. I think some people probably assumed that and hoped that would happen too, and it did happen. But like I said, it's not a bad thing that people were assuming and hoping that it will end like that and like similar to the comic. That doesn't mean like they 100% know. But
here's the thing: watch them save it for Avengers 4 because he's not going to have all the stones at the end of this movie.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is it worth doing it at least now, or is it worth it? Is it worth doing it? I say so because I think that would be a really cool effect, and it would be that whole comics come to life type of thing. Some people would say no.
Here's the thing: it's a really cool ending.
Yeah, but the argument,
really cool ending, but
the argument for no is that it's not worth it. Is that people, everybody like who knows the comics will have guessed it, and they will have guessed the ending in a way.
Yeah. Watch as they do, like completely subvert it. They do that one panel, but it's not Thanos.
And who knows, right? Who knows?
And that's how they beat Thanos. Like you have Tony being like, and done. But like if it's not Thanos, like just think like, say obviously he's got all the stones. They do the whole Infinity Gauntlet thing. That someone steals it away. Maybe it's Nebula, and then Tony gets it, or someone, or Cap, and then they do the finger snap for Avengers 4, and that's how they win. Like you still have the panel of it. It's just not how.
It's all about subversion, right? It's like trying to, they do that in trailers now where they put the audio, like audio clips or dialogue on top of something that's probably not like related, so they could.
Actually, no, I might have just spoiled the complete ending to myself. Remember in Hickman's run during the incursions when they get the Infinity Gauntlet?
Yeah.
And Cap does it and all the stones shatter.
Yeah.
That's how it's going to end.
Oh, you think so? Okay.
Yeah.
Why did they shatter again? Was it because he just used all the power? Right?
I can't remember why they shattered. I think
it's because he used all the power.
Because the Time Stone didn't shatter. The Time Stone just vanished. And then it came back later on and sent everyone through time and sent him to the end of time.
Wait, wasn't it because they were from another universe and they weren't as powerful, but they could still be used?
They was this universe's stones because that's how they were. Like, they wouldn't work outside.
I'm still saying that it's because they just used all the power to push the Earth away. You remember that, right? When they had to push the Earth away? Yeah.
It's something like that.
Yeah.
Or it's the case of like Cap couldn't use the power properly. I think it was something along that lines. But I can imagine them doing that.
And you just said you spoiled it for yourself. It's not a spoiler. You don't know that's gonna end.
No, because that's how it's gonna end. Because that's how they're gonna kill Cap off.
That's
gonna die that way.
That's what you think. That isn't 100% until we watch the movie.
It's 100% it's gonna happen.
Okay, that's your prediction, but that isn't 100% fact.
That's how Cap dies because you're gonna have to have Cap with that gauntlet.
I think that'd be pretty cool. I mean, I just kind of want like the speech, that everybody always goes to. They did in Civil War technically, but they could do it again.
Do you know what he's gonna do? He's gonna have the gauntlet. He's about to die, and he's like, "I can do this all day."
Oh, okay. That one could be. I thought they were gonna do that when they were fighting in Wakanda, as you saw in like the trailer, and he's holding up the hand. But I was talking about the speech that everybody always goes to for Cap, and I think they use in Civil War is like when you stand like a tree and don't move, or something like that.
Oh yeah,
they used that in Civil War.
They gave that to Sharon, didn't they? Or they gave it to Peggy.
Yeah, it was like to basically, but then he said it too. I think he repeated it.
I mean, he said it in the comics. He never said it in the movie.
You sure? I swear, like he repeated it to Tony or something like that.
No.
I don't know. I just either that or the whole like I keep going all day. Like that would be perfect. I saw a video that had something like that.
It just brings it full circle. He said it like every movie.
This is why I love this Cap. This Cap is the best. I
mean, this Cap is kind of 1610 Cap. 1610 Cap is racist.
I mean, this Cap is Superman Cap. So Boy Scout at the heart.
Cap's Cap, like Cap's
well,
Cap.
Cap's never. I'm not gonna say never.
Cap's always been the Boy Scout.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say never, but I mean, when you look at the Ultimates, like he wasn't necessarily a Boy Scout. He was kind of an ass or a dick.
I mean, he was at the start when like. What was it? Miller wrote him, but then like
you can't remember that far back. So
you get to like Hickman's stuff, and he was more in line. Everyone was more in line with the 60s.
In that Hickman run, didn't he leave Illuminati's like I can't keep doing this, guys? Right?
No.
Or did they kick him out?
They wiped his memory.
Oh yeah! Oh man, imagine that happened in this movie, but he wouldn't. Chris Evans probably won't come back. So, that'd be so epic. We still hope we see Illuminati. That'd be so cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to have Hickman's time runs out, but we can't get that because Evans is. We could get that, it just won't be the same as that.
That is one kind of like a topic we talk about like towards the end of the show because. Yeah, so I guess we should just
What were we on? Oh yeah, the next one. Jake Gyllenhaal insists he won't be the next Batman.
I put this in there mostly for the fact that. To kind of cause a conversation of who could be Batman between us if it's not Affleck. Who would you want? Like,
who would I want as Batman?
I still say Jeffrey D. Morgan, even though he was Thomas Wayne.
Nah, I don't know
I like
who
Jeffrey
I'd
D.
be
Morgan.
Batman.
Tom Hardy? Oh no, he's Venom.
Batman.
Never mind.
Nah, Tom Hardy hasn't got. I don't know. He's too.
He's that imposing.
Yeah, Tom Hardy couldn't do the Bruce Wayne stuff.
Yeah, okay, I feel you. I feel you. There has to be somebody who could do both, right? Of course, since Gyllenhaal's not gonna be it, since he's insisting he's not, then that was like he's one of the better ones I would have chose. I love Jake Gyllenhaal as an actor.
I mean, it's fine. He can do Moon Knight now.
Or that too, yeah. He could, I mean, anything. Let him be in a superhero movie, just whatever.
Yeah, give him anything.
Yeah.
Let him be no. Why not?
Oh, yeah, Richard Rider, right? Like anything, man.
Good, man. I don't know. Batman's always been a hard one to cast for me because you have to cast one person for two characters, and it's just I
definitely know what you mean. I always like
Superman's a bit different because you can kind of, they're not too dissimilar. But
let's see actors who were in Oscar movies this year. Who can be an Oscar?
It's like you could get Idris Elba to do Batman.
He'd make a really
fucking, but you get so much pushback on that one.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, it's not right. Who could be a good Batman?
I'm looking.
Can we get Matt Damon for the shits and gigs?
But he's already in Marvel. Never mind. Okay. Sam Rockwell. Maybe.
Oh, that's in it. Nah.
I don't think he could pull off imposing, but you never know. He's an actor. He can try it.
Yeah. That'd be an interesting. Sam Rockwell.
Because I feel like he could pull off a great Bruce Wayne because he has the swagger. We already know.
I was gonna say he's basically Bruce Wayne in that.
Let's see. Not Armie Hammer, please.
No, please do it.
No.
Want to get John Hamm? Do that.
Or that too. Or I mean, Daniel Day-Lewis would never do it, but it'd be great.
God, he'd be an amazing Batman.
Yeah, he'd actually beat Batman.
He'd do method acting.
Yeah,
right?
He'd actually be Batman.
You'd actually have a Batman in the street.
Yeah. Oh my god. I can see it right now. Let's see what else. Who else? It could be.
Honestly, I think John Hamm.
Yeah, I'm still advocating for if there's gonna be a movie, have it be the War of Jokes and Riddles and have it be kind of like a flashback. I would love that still. I think that would be a great movie. To be honest, I mean, after reading that arc, there's like this theme that people don't like that arc. I don't know why. I actually really enjoy that arc.
A lot of people I've seen. I don't know. It's Tom King's Batman is a 50-50 split.
It really is.
It's right down. He is absolute Marmite on that book.
Yeah.
Vegemite is Australian, and you're wrong. But no, I think I'm stuck on John Hamm.
Yeah, John Hamm would be great. He's what is he narrating? Is he doing Legion? Is that what it is?
What, John Hamm?
Yeah, he's doing something where he's narrating something.
Legion?
I think he's narrating Legion. Is that what it is? Let me look it up. I think that's what they got him for. One of those things. Oh yeah, see, John Hamm is the narrator for Legion. I knew I saw it recently.
Wow, did he start in episode 2?
I think episode 1. Let me see. Yeah, the premiere.
I'm gonna have to watch the first one again because I don't remember any narration.
Yeah, he has a really good narrator voice. I think he does this one Amazon show about like following a sports team and stuff like that, and he has a really great voice for narrating.
I'd say he's got one of those voices I can see being a good narrator.
Yeah, so like John Hamm would be great, but if you're going younger, you're gonna have to find just some random who could pull it off.
Yeah, but who's Batman's a strange character because you can't really go too young, and if you go too old, you kind of jump over everything. But for what he's supposed to have done, he would have to be like the whole martial arts training or that. He'd have to spend like half his lifetime doing that, so he'd have to be slightly older.
Yeah, I agree.
But then it makes the whole sidekick thing even weirder because then it's like a 50-year-old man with like an 18-year-old kid.
Well, that's not as bad.
I suppose you can up the ages of the Robins, make them 20s. It's not bad then. But yeah, I'm just stuck on John Hamm now. It's like no, I don't want anyone else.
I'm down with it. I still say Rockwell could probably pull it off too. But you just gotta give him a chance.
Unless John Hamm's got like a horrendous back tattoo, then.
I think Affleck actually came out to like one of the cons or something like that recently.
Yeah, he did like his first con in years.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to talk for the guy and stuff like that. But he's been in like too many kind of paparazzi type stuff. Like, you're not in good waters when you're in too many paparazzi type stuff. I feel like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Like,
it depends what it is, really.
yeah,
Isn't it?
yeah. But like, go ahead, have your own back tattoo if you want it. But I
I mean, why lie about it at first?
yeah, it's true.
It's
Yeah,
like, no, that's for a movie. It's fake. It's like Affleck.
that's why I don't want to like talk about the like. It's a weird position, but I don't know. That's kind of it.
But
Like,
like
Jake
the
Gyllenhaal.
phoenix on his back, he will rise again.
Yeah. I think that's like it for Gyllenhaal's Batman. Right? Like, we don't really know too much. It's like, oh, he could be Batman. Like, maybe not anymore. Maybe he could be. I don't know. Like, are they ever gonna make a Batman movie again? Who knows?
I mean, they'll make a Batman movie eventually, but it's just
Who knows?
just reboot this entire thing. Fuck it.
Just keep Shazam and Black Adam.
Yeah, have that be the start. Like, even get rid of Wonder Woman because she
Yeah,
comes with too much baggage.
I'm okay with that. I wasn't necessarily the
Just-
biggest fan of Gal Gadot, but she was cool.
I mean, she was fine, but like, just get rid of all the mud because
Keep
it's
Henry
so.
Cavill.
No, because you'll
Oh.
forever be looking at that lip.
I'm not. I never even noticed it when I was watching the movie. I think I was just
I-
so
I
appalled
don't
that the
know
movie
how-
was so bad that I didn't
I
notice
don't
it.
know how you didn't notice it because the first fucking thing you see in that movie is the fact that his mouth is on the side of his face in this movie.
I'm telling you, that's Billy Batson in the beginning of Justice League. He's
I was
like,
just
Mr. Superman, what are you talking about, podcast? Like, I'm telling you, that kid still has braces.
I hope it's not because then if you're going to reboot everything, you have to get rid of Shazam as well. So
Well, I mean, that's one of those things, even if it was, like, you could always say it wasn't. They didn't say a name.
So let's not Peter Parker this night, man.
I still can't believe that's a legit thing that was Peter Parker and Iron Man 2. They made it.
Oh,
So
I mean, it's a retcon. It's
Yeah.
actually a little girl, believe it or not.
yeah.
It still works. I mean, I can imagine Tom Holland when he was a kid was like a little girl anyway. So.
Yeah. All right.
Is this our final one? It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Russo brothers. I don't know if they're actually interested in doing this, or if they're teasing it, or if it was just a pure suggestion. But
So,
they said
yeah.
a way to do X-Men, Avengers, and everything is to do something like Secret Wars.
So this is exactly what they say. Joe Russo talked about this, and he said, if that Fox deal goes through with Disney, there's a lot more characters to work with all of a sudden. It would be interesting to do something like Secret Wars.
I mean, it would be. I don't know if I like the idea of having to slam two universes together to get to that, but
I'm just using this piece of news as an excuse to talk about how like Hickman's run was great and how that should be in the movies.
Yeah.
That should be in the movies.
I mean, it's a perfect like. The problem with Hickman's Avengers is it's a perfect end.
It is. Yeah.
Like everything about that was just an end. Like it ended the Marvel universe there. It ended the Fantastic Four. There. You didn't need anything else afterwards.
Well, they're back.
But then that's no fault of Hickman's really. He's just too good of a writer.
Yeah.
Like, you should have saved that until the comic industry's dead.
Imagine.
No, that's just how everything goes.
I don't know. Will it ever die? I don't think so. Like, you have digital comics. Why would it ever really die?
If people have been saying comics are dying for the last 30 years,
Yeah.
it ain't happening.
It ain't happening, folks.
No,
Get Joe out of here.
They'll just
Comics are
they're
here to stay.
finding their footing at the minute. They'll be fine.
Literature.
But the movies, on the other hand, Hickman's run is a perfect end for the movies. Even though for the movies, it would have been better if it was like Iron Man that had the perfect ending at the end because he started it all obviously, and
Alright,
you're not gonna get stuff like that. But
I don't remember, but did Hela destroy the other gauntlet that was in the safe from
well, I
Asgard?
mean that gauntlet's destroyed because it was a fake. All she did was knock it over.
She destroyed. Oh well, it's not destroyed. It's just she just knocked
Well,
it
no,
over.
it is destroyed because everything on Asgard is destroyed.
Oh,
Asgard-
technically, yeah, you're right. Unless it's somewhere like floating out there in space, and
I mean,
it
it
actually
could be-
wasn't a fake or something like that, and it was just cloaked as a fake, and that's how like Captain America uses that gauntlet and Thanos has his, and that's how they fight. I don't know. I'm just putting
Yeah, but
stuff
then you
out there.
get this whole convoluted like 1610 thing where there's multiple stones. There's not just six. You can have infinite amounts, and they're all born from scars.
Yeah, I don't necessarily like that. I like that there's one kept.
I didn't mind it. I quite like the idea that they're like scars in
So
time.
I watched the clip again from Guardians of the Collector kind of explaining that, and he says there was six singularities that became before creation. There were six singularities that became the stones. So would that have been like there was creation and then the six singularities, which means like breaking up into like six different stones? Because like
Don't know.
I'm still saying that there's one like all being and stuff like that and split himself like you always like you mentioned it when we were talking off the page, that there's a being that split himself into six.
Mm.
And
There's
that is
two
the stone.
beings that split himself into
Or that too, or there could be two. But I definitely would love to just see more of those like type of stuff. But who knows? We'll see. I still would love. I mean, remember the whole rumor about the elders? I don't know if that's true.
What rumors about the elders?
Yeah, the elders. Wasn't there a rumor that Avengers 4 would be it? But that's probably not true. The elders of the universe. Rumor that they were going to be a part of Avengers 4, and then they're like, nah, JK.
Well, I just had a drop out then, but
Yeah.
so repeat that because my thing just
The rumor,
kind of
remember
stopped.
the rumor? There was like for a day or two that the elders of the universe were going to be the main point in Avengers 4, but then came out that like, oh, actually it's not. What it could still be like a main point later down the line.
No, I have not heard that.
You literally talked to me about that off the page.
What, that the elders of the universe are going to play a part in Avengers 4?
Yeah, that there was a rumor about that, but they was kind of like debunked.
Did I really talk about that?
Yes.
I don't even remember that. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Wow, like we really just kind of talked about this like this past Friday.
I don't think we did, to be honest.
I think you even mentioned it on here.
I think you're making it up.
All right, let me look for it. There's literally, unless I dreamt it, but I doubt it. Who mentioned it? I'm gonna go look it up right now.
I doubt it was me because I don't know that theory at all.
Okay, put Avengers 4 Elders of the Universe. I swear somebody, let me see, talked about it.
Are you sure it wasn't a fever dream? No.
I don't think so. It was this past month, like.
Well, you've gone from Friday to this past month, so you're getting further back.
No, it was this past like month that it happened. Not that we talked about it.
No, I don't remember hearing it.
Wow, where did it come from? I'm trying to think. Where's the hashtag?
You sure we weren't talking Infinity Wars and the comics?
No, they said Avengers 4. God, did I just make that up? I literally feel like we talked about it.
I think you might have made it.
No, we literally talked about it. I mean, I know it was definitely last week. Let me see.
No, I don't remember that.
Here, let me look at some of the tags from last week. See if it was in the tags. Because I definitely feel like that was out there. Either way, let's keep. Yeah, here's weird. Oh, Elders. I meant Eternals.
Oh, wow.
Why did I say Elders when I meant Eternals? I guess I just they start with the letter E, and I'm sick, as you know. So
I'm sitting there thinking Elders. Like, what?
No, Eternals. I was like, we literally talked about it. It was the Eternals, but I blame the sickness.
Like even the Eternals, like the way they're talking about the people of Titan, they haven't actually used the word Eternal yet. So I don't know if they're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Because people on Titan are elders.
Man, I literally thought I made that up. I kind of half did, I guess, because it was the Eternals.
I mean, you half made up something.
Yeah. That's crazy. I don't know. I'm sick. I'm telling you, it's the sickness. That's why I thought Elders instead of Eternals.
But Secret Wars anyway.
That could be. Cool.
I don't know. It could be a cool movie, but depending which one you do, you can do the first one, the second one, or the third one.
That's true. Yeah, I would assume the recent one.
The first one you need the Beyonder, which Beyonder takes everyone, makes Battle World, and I can't remember what. Doom has some part to play in this first Secret Wars, but I can't remember what. Or is Doom the second Secret Wars?
Don't remember, but I feel like it'd be the recent one, to be honest.
I mean, the recent one probably would more likely be, but then I suppose the recent one involves Beyonders anyway. It's just not the Beyonder; it's a completely different sector Beyonders. But you need a lot of cosmic setup for a Secret Wars, unless that's what Infinity War is going to be. It's just going to throw everything at us. Like here's Eternity, here's a Tribunal, here's Infinity, here's this, here's that. Uh, it's possible, but I doubt it. Kind of.
I guess we'll see.
Hmm?
Guess we'll see. I mean, Infinity War comes out a couple weeks, and then
2 weeks.
and then maybe there'll be more stuff. Like what's at the end of Infinity War? Will they say this character return, or will they say something, something, something? You know, whatever. It's the possibilities are endless, really, of what could happen.
Yeah.
And there's so much excitement and hype. Just make sure to level your expectations because I'm sure it's going to be amazing. But there's some people who are going to make this like the best movie ever. Probably isn't like
That's because
Oscar.
it's gonna be the best movie ever. That's
Oh, well, I'm thinking like Oscar. Like it probably won't win an Oscar, so don't worry about that.
I mean, he could win an Oscar. You don't know.
Well,
He
I
probably
mean,
might.
I guess Best Picture Oscar. Like now, you keep making me go technical when you know what I mean.
Well, I mean, it has to win a technical Oscar surely because it's doing so much
Sure, I
crazy
mean,
stuff.
it's all the superhero movies are nominated for the technical ones,
Yeah.
so it's like I don't
Well,
see why
apart
not.
unless you're Logan and that got some.
Well, I mean, Dark Knight got for Heath Ledger, so it's like there's certain movies I guess that could go out of the technical ones, but usually they all go for the technical ones. So like special effects, it'd always be special effects because these movies are heavily based on special effects. So that only makes sense why they would be nominated and possibly win the special effects. I mean, I'm sure. Depending on what I don't see any other movie this year really going against. Like I don't think Aquaman will beat this in special effects and stuff like that. I don't know
Actually, I
what
don't
other
know.
movie.
It depends how Aquaman does because Aquaman's doing something completely different.
I mean, even if it does, like I feel like there's just hype behind Infinity War that it'll win
Oh,
regardless of another movie here. The only reason, and not like the movie like that, the Apes one was because it had the whole Andy Serkis thing and the motion capture. Like that's kind of
yeah,
the only reason, which is not a bad thing. That because Andy Serkis definitely deserves to be recognized for what he does, but
that's yeah.
it's one of those things. I don't think any other movie will be able to beat it for next year's Oscar at a special effects like race or battle because it's just there's so much hype behind
Maybe
it.
Peter Dinklage will get an Oscar for whatever role he's playing. 'Cause-
Why would he get an Oscar?
I mean, why don't I know? I just wanted to bring up the fact we still have no idea who the fuck he is.
Yeah, that's the reason why I don't think he. Cause I don't. I mean, I wouldn't say that right now because I just don't know who he's playing.
Well, no one does.
Yes,
We
that's what I'm saying.
haven't even seen him in any spots.
Well, they did come out and say that you'll definitely recognize his voice and stuff like that. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't say he'd get an Oscar for
Oh,
whatever he's doing.
is that what they've said?
Yeah, you'll definitely
So,
recognize Peter Dinklage's voice or
so
him.
he's playing a CE character there.
I don't know. Like, I think they just said you'll recognize him. I don't think they said voice, but I assumed they meant voice.
No. I still think he's going to be playing Etchery.
I mean, tomato, tomato.
Um, yeah, let's give Brolin the best actor for Stan. Just do it.
Oh,
Now.
now you're just on like the whole like, you know you're crazy. Nah, you're just on the. Don't be one of those Twitter people. Let's be real.
I am being real. Give him best actor for
See,
Stan.
now let's just end it. Like you're not being real anymore.
Look, the lines of dialogue they've had for Thanos are Oscar
Look,
worthy in the trailer.
you sound like me saying that Man of Steel could have won an Oscar.
Yeah, but I'm being realistic.
Yeah, that's not realistic.
What it is.
It can win special effects, but I doubt that like Josh Brolin will win anything because there's only 5 spots and there's gonna be like 10 Oscar movies that
Why are
people
you
are gonna
hating
go
on
for.
Thanos?
I'm not. I'm just being real.
What's wrong with you?
I'm being real.
Joe, get your bias out of it.
I'm being real.
Get your bias out of it.
I'm being real. I say we end up the show because food number done.
So, Secret Wars would be cool, but
Here's hoping that, the whole X-Men thing can happen fast so that this can happen in like 2022 or something.
also let's just note they're not saying that's how they introduce them. They're saying it's just it'd be a cool idea to have with that many characters.
Mm-hmm.
Just so, because I say introduce them like the 616 or 1610 and do the whole government thing, but it is what it is. But that will bring it
Too
to the end
close.
because Joe's bias has ruined the show.
Yeah.
Again.
And I'm also sick. You don't want to hear me cough.
I mean, yeah, he might end the call again. Like
Yeah.
he did.
All
Think
right.
behind. No.
Yeah, off the page. Probably not Friday, but we'll see. We'll let y'all know
Yeah.
via Twitter and stuff like that. I think.
It'll be Saturday, if
Yeah.
anything.
All right.
Or
Yeah.
maybe Sunday, be one of the two.
All right.
This weekend.
We'll see y'all next time.